What's up, everybody? It's your boy Damo Flips. So let's see here. Using ACV, just picked this thing up. Actually, I haven't picked it up. I paid for it. You guys already see what I paid for it. So, purchased for $2,500. Green light, as you guys already know, that means the motor and transmission are warranted. Blue light means up to 30 days for the title. Let's get down to the mileage, the nitty gritty. It's an S class. It's got the 5.5 in it. It's 138,000 miles in it. On it, rather. There's your VIN number. And there's a shit ton of codes. Codes really don't bother me. Here's why. Usually they're going to be sensors and stuff like that. You can erase the codes, come back to it, see what pops up, and figure it out. With this car being, it's got some rust on it underneath. With this car being green light, I'm not overly concerned. Let's get into the photos. We could see right here on the fender and the doors 2 different colors of silver. So that fender was probably replaced at some point, right? So moving right along, looks okay there. We got a dent right here. You guys already know ACV is going to show you a close-up. We got a dent right here. So both these dents can probably get taken out with my body guy. This side looks like it matches perfectly. This side looks like it matches perfectly. Up here, we got some hood love. You can see it right there. Here and here. I'm saying here and here, you can see what I'm doing there. So we'll probably get the hood resprayed. Probably looking at about $1,000 in body work for this car with paint. Just getting it sprayed. The wheels are, just your regular stock S-Class wheels. Not really anything to write home about. Looks straight. Again, you got your dent. Nothing crazy. Some scratches underneath. That stuff really doesn't bother me. I don't know if it bothers you guys. Everything seems to be intact. To be honest with you, this is more time than I spent when I bought the car. The driver's seat, I can eat. So guys, tell me what you think in the comments. Leave a comment below what you think. Should I have this car, the leather seats, reupholstered for $250, or just get a whole new seat for $250 and put it in? So the bottom would be $250, just reupholstered, real leather, whatever, or just pick up the whole seat for $250. Tell me what you guys would do there. Other than that, it looks, the interior looks good. I mean, it is what it is. I know I stage cars sometimes, especially when I'm running through the auction. We're going to get into that at a later date. But I like the fact that there is a tag in here. One thing I want to do is look at the sticker. It doesn't really show you the sticker. I hope that doesn't say 22 on it, but it does look like it says 22 on it. So in Florida, guys, it's always your date of birth. So the first number will be the month, the second will be the year. So if that says 23, we're okay. If it says 22, we're not looking good, but it's still green light. Sunroof works. Again, you can see that. You definitely see that's a tear, boy. We're gonna have to get that fixed. From this picture, it looks like the radio is not working. I hope that's not the case. That right there is actually from Mercedes. I always thought that looked so AutoZone-ish, like you could just peel and stick the things on there. All right, good. So this does work. Perfect. Thank God. As we're going through here, it's holding temp. Super blurry. That's not a problem. I don't know why it looks so ugly, but there's some rust in here. I don't like that. I definitely don't like that this tire is rusty like that. I don't know why it would be like that. And you know what I'm thinking? Okay, good. I thought that carpet was missing. So, all right. Engine looks good. Let's look for any obvious signs of rust. Usually look at the bolts, guys. Look at these cars. The bolts will always be your sign. Let's see. It looks like the top to the oil is broken. What the? Someone glued something on there, probably That's what I'm thinking, is they just like glued it, whatever that could be, we'll just get it. Let's see. Maybe power steering reservoir, something along those lines. But we'll definitely just get a new one with the hose. There's no sense in doing nonsense like this. Guys, if you're doing stuff like this, you really shouldn't even be selling cars. A little bit of rust in the latch right there. Looks like the trunk as well. Let's get into some of these codes, okay? Let's see. Bang 2 is too lean. Too lean. Again, none of this stuff am I really worried about. I'm going to erase them, and then we'll see again what it is. Again, it's green light, so we have the warranty. And you guys, we could take all these right now and Google search them all and see what it is. I'm really not overly concerned. Some people make a big deal out of it. I'm not concerned. Is the VIN number again? And again, original paperwork. That's always nice. Headlights can obviously be buffed out. Never a problem. The fender, different color. I'm not a huge fan of that, but it's a used car. I love the tint that Mercedes puts on their car. Taillights are good. These taillights came from a black car, if I'm not mistaken. You see how it's got those black lines that go through it? That was usually the same color as the body. So they could be taillight upgrades, or this one could have been broken when they backed into whatever, and they got this one to match. But you know what? We could figure that out right now. Kind of going through these photos pretty quick. I don't know if this is broken or not. Yeah, it's broken. So again, it's a little lens there. Headlights got a chip. The windshield's got a chip. Taillight's broken. Not, for the price I paid. Look, with shipping, guys, it was $28.29 shipped. If you can't make at least $1,000 on this car, there's the lens right there. Boom. If you can't make at least $1,000 on this car, I really, really, really don't know what to say to you. But let's do this. Let's go to car part. 2008. Where you at? Mercedes S Class. Select parts. Just look at the tail lights. And this would tell you if I'm correct or not. There's so many of these S classes. Do you guys see it? It's the S550 SL. Here we go. So let's just look at this white one. That's the S55, so this is going to be more along the lines of like an AMG. But, I stand corrected. Well, no. Yes, no, I do not stand corrected. Okay. See how those two lines are white? So, just for good measure, let's look at a different one. It's just black. Here we go. So you could already see from the first photo, they're supposed to match the color of the car. So if I wanted to change them, I could, but chances are I could probably just have my body guy paint them. They're not overly expensive, but gotta buy two of them, and one of them looked broken anyway. So let's see. I don't know if that even looks like the same color. Gotta spend more time with it, although I do like these wheels. I don't know if they have this set, but I wouldn't mind putting these wheels on that car. I don't know. Anyway, let's see what it is. So this is at Coco, $100. So if I could get them both for $200, I'd probably just do that and put them in. Not a crazy big deal. So at any rate, guys, tell me what you think, man. Would you guys have bought this car for $2,500? Would you guys have been the winner of this car for $25,000? And I think it's a steal. For all you naysayers out there that are like, oh, you can't buy cars, you can't do this, you can't do that, my answer to you is going to be this: you're not spending enough time at the auctions. You're just not. You're not dedicated. I bought this car, and it probably took me about 3 hours on Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. Uh, I was just watching the auction for about 3 hours, just sitting there. And I'm not just steady watching the auction. I'm doing other things as well. And this car came up. I put my bid on it, and then what I ended up doing was setting it up. So this was I think a 2 hour car. So when it came up, I seen it. It was a no reserve right from rip. It had ran a few times prior, not a big deal. So I was like, all right, let me just put $1,000. I threw it out there. I knew I wouldn't get it for that, okay? And I said, let me just set my alarm clock. So I set my alarm clock for 3 minutes less than what was left in the auction. So let's just say it had an hour and 45 minutes. I set my clock for 1 hour and 42 minutes. My clock went off. I jumped back on the auction, or I started focusing more on this particular vehicle, and it got up to about $1,500, and a few other dealers or one person or myself got into it, and we just kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and I ended up getting it so my high bid was $550, $25.50, and that was my cutoff. So I was at the point where I was like, you know what, I don't even care. I'll move on to something else. I don't know why I was being so cheap, because I still think you could have taken this car up to about $4,000. But anyway, I was just kind of like, well, that's where I'm at right now. That's what I want to spend, and that's it. And that's how I did it. So with that being said, guys, yeah, if you're not finding cars, you're just not spending enough time watching. That's just what it comes down to, watching or even going. Like, we're going to start going back to the auction. We're going back old school, baby. We're going to show up at the auction. We're going to show up and show out. So let me know what you guys want to see. All right. Talk to you guys on the next one. We out. Leave a comment below, man. If you watched the video this much, tell me if you think if it was a win, or tell me if you just think I'm an ass.